And we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live show. How you doing, sir?
It's Monday.
It's Monday. It is definitely Monday. It feels like Monday. All right, so we've got a packed show. We should probably just get right into it. Do you have the slides open?
No, but that shouldn't take more than a couple of seconds.
All righty. And yeah, let's see. We have a new patron. Wait till you read this name. Now it's becoming a thing. I'm kind of all about it too, actually. We'll talk about that during the show. Why am I doing content in the pre-show? All right, so we got that done there. All right, so I need to open that, and I need to open that. Both channels are active, and sound level for... Good sound level on that. All right, I think we're ready. So, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Sure.
Okay, then. All right, let's do this then. 3, 2, 1, click.
Click.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the PlanesTalkers Podcast, a show by casuals for casuals. I'm your host, Will Benson, joined as always by my man I hate tracks almost as much as you hate Sakama, co-host Aramis Perez. Aramis, sir, how are you tonight?
I am good. How are you doing tonight?
I am wonderful, but we have a full show. Let's get right into
Untap, upkeep, and draw.
Wow. All right. So, untap, upkeep, and draw already. So, before we begin, we'd like to remind you that this episode and every episode of the PlanesTalkers Podcast is sponsored by Kerwin's Game Store. Kerwin's Game Store is New York State's premier source for collectible card games, tabletop games, miniatures, comic books, retro video games, and toys. With their clean, open gaming areas available to everyone at no charge, Kerwin's provides a fun and inviting atmosphere for new and experienced gamers alike. With locations in both Catskill, New York, and now at the Poughkeepsie Galleria in Poughkeepsie, New York, Kerwin's wants to remind you that they are the best place in gaming. They have an awesome website. You can check it out at KGS Online, that stands for Kerwin's Game Store, or KiteGoSamuelOnline.com. And don't forget, you get 5% off any online order when you use the promo code PlanesTalkers at checkout. And Nick, how are you, sir? We also want to take a second to recognize our rare level patrons: Steve, Spencer, Chiba Tank, Nurse Gamer VJ, Bell, Josh, Jonathan, George, David, Anthony, and Dragon D's Nuts. Still the best one ever. Although, we also have a brand new, we've also got our Mythic Rare patrons, which are Jake and Jonathan, and our newest Mythic Rare patron. And I can't believe I have to say this one, and it's now becoming a thing. Imagine Dragon on the sea across your face.
Okay.
Yes. Imagine Dragon the sea across your face.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Very clever.
I'm kind of impressed. I'm like, this is kind of great. And we can't forget as well our producer level patrons, Jamie and Johnny. Now, guys, you guys know we just love these guys. We say it every week, but we really could not do the show without them. We're very excited. We already have one player for Monday. That's the big thing you get, or for Wednesday. As being a patron, you get first dibs at our Commander Craft broadcast. I think JVA is talking about bringing his damn Moltres back. So, yay. So, likewise, so we have one spot, so it means we got 2 spots available, one more for a patron until tomorrow morning, and then we open it wide to everybody. To find out about that, join our Discord at discord.planestalkerspodcast.com. To find out more about being a patron and the things you get, go to patreon.com/planestalkers. And again, we did talk about Commander Craft. That's our Wednesday show. We'll be live Wednesday night at 7 p.m. It'll be Atraxa versus the Field. Who knows? It looks like I don't want to play Muldrotha. Can I just lose? Maybe I'll just give up. Do we have that option, or do I have to play it out?
You can concede the game at any time.
I'm thinking about conceding the game at any time, just giving this bad boy up, because it seems to be the saltiest commander I have. So we'll talk about that offline. But we also want to remind you guys, thank you very much. We've had a few people this week. We have a survey. And we need your opinions. We want to know what you guys think about the show, about all of our shows. So please go to survey.planestalkerspodcast.com. We'll go through some of those answers when we have some downtime, but that's part of what we're going to talk about tonight. I'll skip upkeep for just a second. We'll go untap and go right into upkeep real quick. Because tonight we're going to be talking, obviously, a real quick touch on State of Standard. I think Naya mid-range Winota is for real. Previews then, we're going to go right into the previews of Innistrad Midnight Hunt, and then talk about the Winnabox deck list. That's pretty much our show, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but I guarantee you this will be an hour and 10 minutes, at least. So yes, Nick, you can play Wednesday. Just ask me tomorrow. Well, wait, you can take the third slot. I don't know. We have to figure this stuff out. Anyway, Aramis, sir, going back to Untap, how the hell are you?
I'm good. Another week started, so looking to make my way to the next weekend, of course.
Yes. Are you saying everybody's working for the weekend? Damn, now I got to get that. But that would give us a Facebook hit.
I wouldn't, but I don't really know that song that well. But
you don't know that song? Loverboy, man. Mike Reno, red leather pants.
I've heard it like maybe once.
Everybody's working. Really? Oh wow. So, but you had a good weekend or anything, or anything fun going on?
It was good. It was quiet, just house stuff. So, quiet weekend.
It was such nice weather. Yeah, we didn't go to Friday Night Magic, either one of us, because the numbers are ticking up again a little bit around here. So I think we're both kind of on the mind to kind of steer clear for a couple of weeks. But that doesn't mean you guys should. We're just older. So, yeah, I had a pretty great weekend. We had a little party Saturday night at our friend Mike. It's his, I think he's turning 47. He calls it Tan's Bash. And basically it was a bunch of my college friends. We get together and do what we did in college, which basically sit around a table, drink quite a bit, and then laugh about stuff. So many pictures were taken. Some people had some, I got to do stuff like I did in college, helping some people get back to where they were sleeping. But we had a really good time. I'm very blessed with the friends I've got as far as that, like my old college buddies. But, we've got so much going on. Excuse me, Park Mania. I am old enough to be fans of Loverboy. Hi, 47 years old. Loverboy was 1980s. I was 9. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, and by the way, tonight again, I'm drinking my last Victory Golden Monkey, which you cannot see thanks to the green screen. So, so I'm very, very Jones. Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, I might just sit down. I might. So, I don't know. We'll talk about that offline. But yeah, like I said, we've got a big show tonight. Let's get into Maine because we've got so much to go over. It's ridiculous. And so much is being talked about in the chat. Are you looking at the chat right now? So, yeah. Kyle's excited to lose in the tournament. Kyle, you might not. You got a first-round bye, buddy. Nick got a same here. Nick is playing Wednesday. And, yeah, Kyle, I think you got a bye, so congratulations. You get to be surprised. Oh, where'd you find a spot, Nick? You can feel free to shout him out. I'm still younger by 2 years. I'll live with that. So main phase here while we're doing this. We want to talk real quick. We like to lead off with a little bit of State of Standard. There has been a little bit of movement as far as the second and third level decks. Winota is still sitting at the top. And I think it's gonna. I've been playing that deck this week, and it's stable. It holds against almost everything. I struggle with Sultai Control if I can't get the quick play out. But other than that, it's almost like foolproof. It's doing really, really well on the ladder for me. Now I'm sitting in, Platinum 2 right now. So have you gotten a chance to play it at all or no?
I have not touched Standard since Zendikar.
Oh, wow.
And I don't have any plans to before rotation.
Yes. And Kyle, you can play anytime over the next week. I don't know that you have... Do you have a... Hold on, let me check the Discord. This is great content right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think you have an opponent right now, Kyle. You're going to be waiting for somebody to win. So, yeah, you get to kind of chill out. Check the bracket. But, yeah, Winota looks really good. Dimir Rogues is kind of it's coming back. I'll be happy to see that deck go. And I know it doesn't really rotate out per se, but I'm just hoping something else comes in to kind of.
No, it a lot of the pieces will stick around, and
Yeah.
they've added some stuff like with the hideous laughter and things of that nature.
Right. Loris of the Dream Den going away helps. Drawn in the Loke going away helps. And now you're frozen on Zoom. Can you hear me? Bueller. Well, okay then. I'm going to keep on going. So yes, Dimir Rogues is losing a few pieces. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. You get like, I could sit over here. Oh, there we go. And he's back. Is it the standard 8:30 p.m. cable? Oh, he's still connecting. Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is at this point.
All right, where are we at? 9 minutes. So let me write that down. I'll let it
It'll
down.
probably happen at least 2 more times.
Oh, that'll be fun. So yeah, Naya midrange looks to be a pretty solid deck. And you know, Cuke is right. He's like, Winota's good, even when you don't draw Winota. It's probably going to stay on top. I think here's the thing: without Winota, no, you do struggle. You could do pretty well, but the whole point of him is Winota. Well, the whole point of him is Winota into Blade Historian. You really need a Blade Historian to kind of it finishes the game off pretty quick for you. Asika's Chariot is also deceptively good, I've found. So I'm kind of digging it. Yeah. So did you said you haven't really played any standard?
Yeah, not since Zendikar.
Oh wow. You think you're gonna or?
Probably not. I mean, rotation's in basically a month,
Yeah.
so there's no sense in getting into anything.
Well, it's not like, you know, good cards are coming in rotation, or is it? No, we've got some and you know, it's funny you bring up rotation. So that's kind of the state of standard right now. Things are where they are. But let's talk a little bit about the big one. So I'm going to switch our screen here to, you know. All right. So Innistrad, they released some preview cards last Thursday, and like Wizards did it themselves. I'm not sure why. I think it's a bad look for them. I really do. You just had AFR come out, and you just had, you know, right before that, MH2 come out, and now you've got Jumpstart Historic Horizons, which is almost like another release. Like, it seems like they're flooding themselves. I don't know what you think, but
Jumpstart got delayed for 2 weeks.
did it? Okay.
Yep. So it's not coming out until the 24th, and they just announced that earlier today. And the update that adds the historic Brawl queue is also delayed with it. That big update that was supposed
The
to happen
24th. Yeah, it's been moved to the 24th.
Yeah, the big update that was supposed to happen on the 10th tomorrow
Oh,
is now happening on the 22nd.
wow.
So they said that basically they want to make sure they get it right. So they want to push it 2 more weeks to really, you know, polish the wheels in that respect.
And it's like I think it's like we said last week. Okay, I think their main problem coming in with any of this stuff is going to be the mechanics that Modern has. But if they can nail it and get it right, it kind of opens the door for Modern. Like, they could start spinning more and more cards out. They just have to program it, but it's a checkbox that says, what mechanic does it use? Delve. Okay, I know how to deal with Delve, you know, and I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for that, but I'm okay with them taking a little bit of extra time. Like I said, it's kind of becoming a bad look. Like, you're doing so many sets that, like, it's impossible for anyone to keep up. Now, standard is standard. Okay, we have 4 releases a year, and again, I still say, standard rotation should not be once a year. You should have each standard set should stay legal for 6 sets, period. You have a year and a half, and then you rotate out. Like, I think that would allow, like, Throne of Eldraine would already be gone. Theros would already be gone. And this set would be rotating out Ikoria. Like, it just makes more sense that way, I would think. Like, you know, everything kind of rotates one out. You always have just a maximum number of 6 sets, period. All right, standard is always the latest 6 sets. It's kind of how it works. I still want to see that. I think that that's the best way to do it. This yearly rotation where, you know, we lose such a swath of cards, but a set like Throne of Eldraine, which is just taking all the fun away. You know, I'd like to see them do something else, but what are you going to do? But be that as it may, they did release some Innistrad cards, so they're going to be on the screen if you're watching the live stream or watching us later. But if not, we'll do our best to kind of describe the cards to you. In Park Mania, what do we think about the Is It Control deck from the Challenger Gauntlet this past weekend? I haven't taken a look at it. I do know blue-red control has been sitting around 8% of the meta, according to MTG Goldfish. And I think it's going to be a very powerful deck after rotation. But right now, as we kind of have been saying all along, as long as Throne of Eldraine's in Standard, everything's just kind of a slight blip. Like, I won't be surprised if I'm wrong and Aramis is right about the whole Winota deck, and next week or the week after, we're like, well, where did Winota go? Because Throne of Eldraine's just fucking ridiculous at this point, So I'll throw it up in the Discord. That'd be great. And good evening, Pam Perez. How are you, ma'am?
Hey, babe. How you doing?
We love you. Thank you for letting Aramis come play. All right, so let's get into Eldraine. Or Innistrad Eldraine. So we have, I think, 7 cards that were spoiled?
Yeah, something like that.
All right. So I'm going to leave the Mythic for you. So why don't you start? Because then you can talk about Ren and 7 at the end. So why don't you take this first one?
Okay. So the first card that, they previewed all of them at about the same time during a video. The first one we're going to be covering is Consider. And, I think for the most part, Opt has been replaced.
Right.
With this card. It is an instant for 1 blue. It's a common. Look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard. It's essentially Surveil 1.
Right.
And then you draw a card. So for decks that rely on the graveyard, this straight replaces Opt. I mean, it's not even a question. This is just flat better than Opt.
Opt rotates out on this, doesn't it?
Well, and I'm not even talking about Standard. I'm talking about like anywhere that has any kind of graveyard strategy. If you're playing blue and you're playing Opt, those are leaving your deck. And
this is going to be a pretty powerful common,
This is a very powerful card. It's really, because if you think about it, there's really nothing in the game that manipulates the bottom of your library.
Right.
There's plenty of things in the game that manipulate your graveyard.
Yep.
So the fact that this will put the card into your graveyard, if you don't like it, it's very powerful card selection. This will see play all the way down to Vintage, I think.
I'm in agreement on that one wholeheartedly. In fact, it's kind of a thing. I mean, we're going to talk about this and the next card. I think what Wizards did on this set is they were like, okay, they kind of rejiggered a few of the staples. Like, okay, so say the Consider here is kind of like an Opt. The next card we're going to kind of talk about is Play with Fire. And that is a shock. But it also lets you scry.
As long as you hit a player.
Right. So
this is better than shock.
It's better than, but again, it starts off like it's like they took Opt and tried to find a way to make it better. And then they took, shock and then tried to make it better.
Yeah, this is the best shock they've ever printed.
Right. And it's uncommon, which is, shock was always a common. But shock is 100% rotating out if they don't print something in Innistrad. So, and I don't see now why you would, unless you're going to make just direct damage a thing, which Innistrad does kind of like to do.
Well, this is good. This is good premium 1-mana removal. This is a solid spell. It'll slot right into where Bone Crusher Giant was.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be in any red deck I play. So
yeah. This is really, really good.
Yeah. So we went out of order. Why don't you take the second one there, the black one?
I'm actually kind of glad we went out of order because I wanted to talk about this card.
Oh, there you go. See how we did.
Yep. So the next card, say hello to the best 2-mana removal spell in the game.
Sense Fatal Push.
I said 2 mana.
Ah.
And this is better than Fatal Push.
You think? Oh yeah, You're right, because it doesn't matter what.
So Infernal Grasp, it's an instant uncommon for 1 and a black. Destroy target creature, you lose 2 life. That's it. No bells, no whistles. Just kill it. It's dead. Doesn't care if it's an artifact or if it's black or if it's legendary
or if its mana cost is 2 or less,
or the mana cost.
Yeah.
All these other restrictions that all these other really good removal spells that like cast down Heartless Act,
Yeah.
like Doom, like even Doomblade cared about what color it was,
Right.
or Go for the Throat, or Fatal Push. All of these cards in that respect are outclassed by Infernal Grasp. The only thing that I would see Fatal Push being played over is simply the mana cost. 2 is, twice as much as 1. So tempo wise, it's a smidge slower. 2 life, whatever. Black doesn't care about their life total.
No, I have to agree with you.
Especially decks in Modern, like Death Shadow.
Yeah.
This helps them. So with these first 3 cards, I'm actually a little scared. These cards are kind of shaping up to be very Eldraine-y.
Yeah, it seems like they're kind of like,
Because here we go. These first 3 cards, they've replaced Opt, they've replaced Doomblade, they've replaced Shock, and the Play with Fire is, I mean, almost. I don't want to say it's as good as Lightning Bolt, but it's up there. I mean, I
think it would be as good as Lightning Bolt. So it doesn't do 3, it does 2, but the scrying is in red.
Strong.
Scrying in red.
Yeah, normally it's like exile the top card. You can cast it that turn.
Right.
I mean, if they did that, that would be just straight broken.
Yeah.
This is these 3 cards are going to replace a lot of cards.
Many staples.
Yeah, I mean, this is as you were saying, power creep in action, and they just flat replaced 3 cards that are already really good.
Well, and I mean, everybody was thinking it. I mean, I remember when Eldraine came out last year, we were talking about it, and I said, and I was wrong. I'm gonna check the tape on this. I 100% was wrong because I didn't think anybody would play Bone Crusher Giant because you have Shock out there. Boy, was I wrong. I mean, Shock is gone in Standard. Nobody's playing Shock, so. This card, I'm all for it. I'm in for Play with Fire. I'm in for all 3 of these. Like, if I'm playing any of these colors, you're hanging out with these cards.
Yeah, these are all really good cards.
Yeah,
I mean, they're extremely powerful, like, 5-star cards. You will play these anywhere that you have the colors and if it makes sense. And I think in many decks, not all decks, but many decks, these cards will make sense in those colors.
Well, I'm sorry, but even like Consider in Commander is 1,000 times better than Opt. Because 9 out of 10 Commander decks want to do something with your damn graveyard. So
yeah, and putting a card in the bottom of your Commander deck might as well just exile it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you're not wrong. And that's why I'm kind of glad you said it. It's like, this is kind of
a little concerning.
A little concerning. Like, they're kind of like, so you're happy Eldraine's leaving, huh? Power creep. You guys didn't like the power creep. All right, we won't make an Eldraine level. We won't make an Eldraine level set. We promise. We're gonna make Eldraine on crack and speed. Like, and it's illegitimate love child with John McEnroe. I mean, it just, damn.
Yeah,
and
this is some strong stuff.
Well, I mean, even going on to the next one. The next one's not too horrible, except the second part of it.
It's got white in the mana cost. It's not good.
Well,
compared to the first 3, this is like womp womp.
Yeah, well, Celestia loves tokens anyway, and Innistrad tends to like tokens. Usually, there's some token playing in Innistrad.
Go for it.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this going, but the fact is they're human tokens, unless they're gonna.
What card is this again?
The Join the Dance.
Yeah,
it's a green and a white. Create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens. Now,
it's a sorcery.
Yeah, if What's Its Face was still out here, if Lovestruck Beast was still in play, hell fracking yes, this would be an amazing card. But I agree with you. The flashback is kind of the thing, because being able to flashback, and bring 2 more in on turn 5 or 6, bring in 2 more chump blockers. That's helpful in white for some extent. It's not going to see a ton of play. It's not that great of a card, but I have a feeling, though, since they're featuring it, it's going to play well with something.
Well, I mean, it already shows that flashback is, returning to Innistrad, and that graveyards are going to matter, which fits Innistrad. So all of this stuff, even consider that fits into it too. So,
I mean, obviously transformation's got to come back. I'm assuming unless
we'll see. They said that there are. Well, they said there's werewolves, but they're doing them a little bit differently.
Because it's
And I don't.
MDFCs. So
There are. There's not. I don't think it's MDFCs.
Okay.
I think it's just regular dual face transforming cards.
okay.
But there might be a different gimmick with that. So because otherwise you would have assumed that they would have, put one out there with this little teaser.
Right. So, well, the next card you can have there, sir. And good luck trying to pronounce this.
Triskaidekaphile?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's why you gave me the card.
No. I didn't know I was going to give you the card. I wasn't sure who was going to do Ren and 7. But
It's not as hard as Asmarna, Martica, Dace, and Kultikar.
yeah, Gesundheit. Listen, you need to get that cold checked out, dude. We're back. COVID's back. What are you doing?
So Triskaidekaphile is a 1/3 human wizard for 1 and a blue. People who play Commander are going to hate this card.
Oh, yeah.
You have no maximum hand size. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game. Pay 3 and a blue to draw a card. So, yeah. I mean, blue and Commander, how easy is it to get just a ridiculously huge hand pretty early on in the game? Pretty easy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
This is a insta win in blue.
With Thassa's
you know,
Oracle in play. So fuck off.
Yeah. Well, and we can only hope that in standard that they don't reprint Reliquary Tower or give other cards that give you no maximum hand size besides this one. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what the card draw looks like in the set. But I mean, you have to assume that there's going to be some big card draw spell in here.
There's
somewhere
already big card draw in the 4 sets we got. So
No, I'm just talking
Yeah.
Innistrad.
Yeah.
In and of itself, like in limited, But yeah, I'm not terribly pleased to see this card.
no, again, you're right about the power creep. Again, with and now it seems like they're moving. I mean, granted, shocker, it's a Simic color, getting a really, really good card. I'm dying.
Blue
not
is
surprised.
historically the best color in Magic.
But yeah, I think you're right about that. I think this will see play in standard for sure, because instant win cards do, especially because she's a 2-drop.
I mean, put it this way: how many non-blue, non-artifact cards are in the Power 9?
That's a good point.
0.
That's a good point, sir. When does this
Nick,
set
this
come
set-
out?
End of September.
End of September. Yes. So,
Like
or if
24th,
you have
I think?
Arena, it'll be out the second week of
September
July.
16th.
Yes.
September 16th, it comes out on Arena. The week after, or a week and a half after that, it comes out in paper.
Pre-release.
So
Pre-release is that week too, right?
yeah, so like the 23rd, 24th of September, I believe, is when it comes out.
I mean, we'll probably go to the store for pre-release, I imagine. So.
See how things are going.
Oh, god dang it. If it's the 24th, I'm going to be in New Jersey. Shit. 2 pre-releases in a row I'm going to end up missing.
25th, then I think.
Yeah, I'm in New Jersey for a company meeting. God damn it.
I had to find a local shop and hop in for a pre-release there.
So my last card is going to be Champion of the Perished. It is 1 black. It is a rare. And this is, again, somewhat scary. And it's a zombie creature, and it says, whenever another zombie enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Champion of the Perished.
Yeah, it's Champion of the Parish, but in black.
Yeah.
So they played with it a little bit, and I like the flavor.
And I even like the
flavor in that
art.
respect.
The art looks like Champion of the Parish.
Yeah, just he's had a bad day.
He's had a bad day. And again, it's yet a little bit more power creep. Now, because it's Innistrad, I mean, green and red are going to be the wolves. But, black, and because the vampires are all coming in the next set, you knew zombies were going to be in black. So, I mean, this has the potential to make zombie tribal a thing again. So, I'm going to be very interested to see what comes of it. So
It's a super strong card.
It is.
It can get out of hand pretty quickly. So we'll have to see how things
if
go.
only there was a commander deck I had that would love a card like this. All right, so why don't you take the new hotness? This is obviously the biggest, the baddest card in the set, and everybody's talking about it. And I love the flavor of it because it's not 6. He keeps.
All right, so the last card that we have is the last card they previewed, I think, which is Ren and 7, new Ren Planeswalker.
In standard, no less.
Yep. So lore-wise, what happens is that when I believe when Ren planeswalks, I don't think she can take her tree folk with her. So she has to bond with a new one. And this is the 7th one that she's bonded with, which means she's only planeswalked 7 times.
Right.
If I'm getting the lore correctly, I'll have
And I
to read
believe
into that
you
a
are.
little more. But I think that's what that is. Anyway, Renin 7 is a legendary planeswalker with the Ren type. Starts with 5 loyalty counters for 3 and 2 green. +1 to mulch, which means you reveal the top 4 cards of your library, put all land cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest into your graveyard.
Interesting.
0 ability is fast bond.
Yep.
Put any number of land cards from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. -3 is Beanstalker Giant with reach.
Yeah.
The green tree folk creature token with reach, and this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. And the -8 is return all permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. You get an emblem with you have no maximum hand size. This card is bonkers.
Yep.
The only thing that's really slowing it down somewhat is that it costs 5, but because it's in green, in the older formats especially, this thing getting dropped early enough, and you have a way to get a bunch of lands into your hand. Just the ramp is insane.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Cultivate rotates out, right? Because it's core 21.
Cultivate rotates out.
Yeah. They'll find another one. Trust me. There'll be more ramp.
Yeah, there's plenty of ramp, just not much at 3. Well, no, there is. There's roiling. There's roiling something. I forget what it's called.
Oh,
It's
pre-release
like the Harrow.
is the 17th. Yay, I can do the pre-release. All right, cool.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, this
Roiling
card's
Regrowth, that's the one,
busted.
yeah.
This card's going to be, yeah.
This card's way scarier than Morden Kanan.
Oh, big time. You want to make the same bet? I don't think
No.
you do.
This one's not so safe. I mean, 5 mana is a lot, and I don't remember the last time they banned a 5 mana planeswalker. But the protection that this one provides, just if you cast it on curve and you -3, you're getting a 5/5 with reach for 5 with a planeswalker attached to it.
Yep.
That's pretty good. I mean, as far as being able to protect itself, that's really, really
Yeah,
good.
I don't see anyone doing 1 or 0. I think you always are going to do -3 first. And then
It'll depend on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking to ramp, I mean,
right.
and again, it's graveyard shenanigans, so mulch is fantastic for what you're looking for.
True.
I just like the alternate art where she's holding up a jack-o'-lantern.
Yes, that's I think the alternate we have here, right?
Yeah, it's the borderless full art or whatever it's called. Yeah. This is a good card. It's going to be the only thing, like I said, holding it back is the mana cost, but there's ways around that.
I don't think the mana cost is going to matter. I really don't. I mean, first of all, in new standard, it's almost always slower anyway. And, yeah, it's losing adventures is going to be interesting. It's going to change a little bit how people play in that, you're not getting kind of the value you used to get with 2 for 1. It's definitely much more, cards are going to go back to being kind of where they were and what they are. But yeah, this is,
But with Flashback and Foretell and you're still playing around with stuff in Exile that you can cast later on the cheap, or you're getting double use out of it. So I mean, this will see play. I mean, I don't see
for sure.
I don't know where exactly, but this will definitely see.
I
play.
think it fits right into a green Stompy deck and Simic, shenanigan deck.
I don't think this fits into Stompy. I don't think this is what Stompy is looking for.
Could be wrong, but
yeah, I'm
the fact you're getting a 5-drop
guess.
though that gets bigger, it kind of does, doesn't it? I mean,
yeah, but Stompy is really fast.
Yeah.
Stompy likes a lot of low to the ground, quick stuff, and generally my things are bigger than yours anyway for the same
Right.
cost. You're paying 2 mana for maybe a 2/3. I'm paying 2 mana for a 3/3 or a 4/3. Something crazy like that. My 5/5s cost 3 mana.
So looking at this, I think we're both of the mind that we're all so excited for Eldraine to rotate out, but realize this is the first set, so this is going to be 2 years.
There's 3 sets rotating out. This is coming in.
Yeah. And this is going to be a 2-year.
4 sets rotating out.
And Bowfinger fan is 100% right. A 5/5 reach shuts down Goldspan nicely.
Yeah, it's perfect size to block Goldspan Dragon, which was probably going to be the premier 5-drop in standard when everything rotates.
Yeah.
It's going to be like how strong Glorybringer was.
Right.
But this just shuts that down, blanks it. And then from there you start plussing Ren and filling your yard, and yeah, you're ramping at the same time.
It's going to be I'm excited. I am excited. Okay, yeah. for a while, I'll be very happy with the in the power level and Eldraine being gone, and I'm very excited to see that happen. On the other side of it,
This initial batch of cards is really strong.
yeah, and it's a little bit scary. So
I mean, there's already more cards here that I think are going to be impactful in Standard than I think there were in Adventures of the Forgotten Realms, as in like very impactful. Like, there's cards that have fit into decks from the set, but I mean, consider Infernal Grasp and Play with Fire alone are, I think,
Right.
better than anything in Adventures of the Forgotten Realms.
yeah, so but that's our Innistrad segment. So as cards come out, obviously we're going to talk about them. Next week, our combat might even be, because I do think we need to talk about the fact that Wizards seems to be putting their foot on the gas as far as, hey, a new set came out. Let's give you some more. And I mean, here's the thing, because of how they're doing Innistrad, okay, they've told us that Innistrad was supposed to be a double release. Well, they're pushing the second one out till like November or October.
I think that was the original plan anyway.
Right.
So there's this
So
one, and then 2 months later
We're
there's
gonna
another one.
finish Innistrad. Innistrad's gonna launch, and we're gonna go right into previews for Crimson Vow. So
They'll probably start the previews for Crimson Vow before Midnight Hunt releases.
oh Jesus, this is gonna be insane.
I mean, they already showed what the packaging looks like.
Right? They haven't given us the roadmap for next year, right? That still is
No, that's
coming.
going to be on the 24th of the month
Okay.
of this month. There's going to be a Twitch video that's going to show the sets for next year, and as well as what their overall plan is, and
And
that's
sure,
where
there'll
I'm,
be some more previews from Crimson Vow. So
I'm thinking there might be some mention of Phyrexia at that point.
oh, absolutely. So well, I mean, I just realized because I was kind of going through some cards over the weekend. They've been reprinting or making a whole lot of mirrors, MYRs. I'm like, huh. Like, there's a shit ton of mirrors in Standard right now, like 3 or 4. I'm like,
Yeah,
huh. Yeah,
Well, I mean, they did the Praetors as a secret lair.
right. So this is going to be an interesting little bit. All right, so let's do this. We're going to go into combat.
Combat phase.
I'm awesome, so are you, so you win. And go back to main.
Main phase.
Because we want to go through, and this is going to take a little bit, but we're very excited. We've got our tournament set up for the Winnabox. Now, we don't have as many people as we hoped. I'm okay with this. I do think it has a lot to do with the fact that there's not as much Mystical Archive and shenanigan funness in this set. But it looks like we're at about a 18 to 20, I think it was, players. 2 people couldn't get their deck lists in on time, so they're just automatically out. But we have our matchup set. You guys still cannot play until midnight tonight. That's when the tournament officially starts. You'll be able to put in your results. But we like to go through the deck lists a little bit. Now, Aramis, this is in the host area of the Discord, and I have them in who versus whoever. So,
Okay.
and then if you take a look, they'll be like, Mage Juarez plays the winner of JVA versus Demigod. So I also have it going down to like, who their next opponent is, because there's buys everywhere. Everybody has buys. It's like a buy-palooza. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people. So let's talk a little bit. The first thing we're going to talk about tonight is we've got Bama Shocks, or Dragon Your Ass or Uranus or whatever, is playing Spawn of Muldrotha. So the first deck there, Aramis, is Spawn of Muldrotha. I know I didn't label it.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he's embraced what this is. And by the way, if you don't understand what the format of the tournament is, it's a standard format. It's going up to AFR. So AFR cards are not allowed. However, there are no banned cards. Omnath is legal. Oko is legal. We're playing it the way Wizards designed it. So, and it's pretty cool. Some people, I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought a lot more people would take advantage of like getting these powerful cards, but a lot of people have counter-programmed it, and it's kind of cool. So, and this is actually an example. That's why I started with Bama. So Spawn of Muldrotha is playing almost a standard landfall deck, although I love the addition of Kenrith. He's got, 4 Lotus Cobras, 3 Omnath Locuses. He's got 3 Euros, 4 Escape to the Wilds, the Genesis alts. Oko, Terror of the Peaks, and 2 Kenris is basically his thing.
Yeah, this is 4-color ultimatum.
Right. Oh, okay.
This is Genesis ultimatum. This is abusing what that does.
Yeah,
I mean, this
and
is
it will abuse it.
ramping and card draw to get to Genesis ultimatum, and then just hitting ridiculous things.
Yeah, and Bama really went off board, which I kind of liked. He's playing pretty much his own little brew of black and white. So
Orzhov Angels looks like.
Yeah. So he's got a whole lot of angels sitting in here. He's got some removal. He's got Doomscar.
Light theme here.
Yeah. By the way, if you want to see the deck lists, they are publicly viewable on the Discord. Go to discord.planestalkerspodcast.com, and in the left-hand side, there'll be a place for AFR deck lists, or what, Forgotten Realm Win-a-Box deck list, or whatever I called it. But so you can kind of follow along. Oh, AFR WAB deck list. I think if I had to, what do you call it? This. If I had to handicap this, I really want to see Bama win. I just don't know that you can hang with the power of, Omnath and Ultimate. If he can roll Ultimatum, I mean, Bama in trouble. Oh, and Aramis had to bow out again. He'll be back. So here he is. And he's back. Two times.
I warned you.
I know. So if you were handicapping this, what would you think?
I mean, I like the homebrew.
I do too, but I just don't know that it can hang.
I've seen enough life gain in best of 1 to know that it can go crazy and win very quickly. But with that being said, it's hard to bet against the banned cards.
Yeah. It's hard to bet against Ultimatum. Like, and I think that's what it's going to be. If he can pull Ultimatum out, and that's just it. With Omnath, he doesn't have to ramp to Ultimatum. He can do Ultimatum almost if he saves the right amount of cards and gets 2 out. I'm not seeing, it's weird. He didn't put in here, in his landfall deck, it doesn't have Cultivate. I would have thought you would have thrown that in.
I don't think
he's not trying to pull the Omnath stuff.
No, he's got the Uros for that. He's got the Beanstalk Giants. He's got the Escape to the Wilds. I think what he's trying to do, if I'm looking at this right, if he hits Genesis Ultimatum, he wants to hit Terror of the Peaks and Beanstalk Giant.
Yeah, and just swing.
They'll see each other into the battlefield, and Beanstalk Giant will be like, I have 14 lands in play. Oh, well, take 14 damage.
Oof, yeah. And I mean, here's the thing. I mean, Bama could get a ton of life. I mean, he has some lower powered card or lower casted cost cards. He's gonna have some chance to kind of.
I mean, it's an instant win if it's if he ultimatums into Terror, Beanstalk, and Kenrith, and has 1 red extra floating.
It's instant win. Yeah.
It's that's 7 mana, so he's taking 12 damage from Kenrith and Beanstalk Giant entering the battlefield. The red mana gives the Terror, Beanstalk, and Kenrith haste and trample, and he swings with the team.
Yeah.
Game over.
True.
So it's get to 7, fire off Ultimatum, and see what happens.
Well, I'm rooting for you, Bama, but I love you, man. I'll be at the funeral. All right.
This deck looks scary.
Yeah, it does. So let's go to. Do I not have Hippofam versus winner of Multro? I didn't put Hippofams in here. Hold on.
No.
One moment, please. Please stand by. Please stand by. All right.
Hippofam's back here.
Yeah, I've got it. I'm just putting it in the thing. Yeah. So Hippofam is playing. So Hippofam plays the winner of this. And he as well is playing Bone Crusher Giant,
Ultimatum.
Yeah. Fae of Wishes, though, in there. I kind of like that. So he's got the wishboard aspect of it. So Hugin is in this. Oh, that's what he's hoping for if he has to.
Wish for a Nugan if he has to blow everything up.
Yep. So that would be an interesting matchup.
Death, Volcanic Geyser. I mean, he's got some nice wish targets here. Yeah, this is ramp to 7. Get Ultimatum. It's not as explosive
No.
without the Terror of the Peaks.
Right.
But the ramp package is definitely there with Once Upon a Time, Uro, Rada, Cultivate. I mean, he's going to be ramping like crazy. You'll get to the
Yeah.
Escape from the Wilds. Yeah, this is still pretty nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. And he put 4 Omnaths in, so.
And it's probably ramp to a bunch of mana, wish for Ugin, wipe the board, and then just Ugin your opponent away.
Yeah. So that's going to be exciting. So the next matchup we have is HP Wizard versus Nick. So Nick's our first deck there. And Nick's got some interesting things happening. So it looks to me like he's kind of hanging in the red, but he's kind of going red dwarf tribal.
He's got red-white, so he's Boros.
Yeah.
Boros dwarves.
Interesting thought. Nick, if you're still in the chat, like, feel free to give us some of your thinking here. And this thing, I can hear it now. It's going to be, I didn't have that many wild cards. I'm kidding.
And then he's playing 4-color Ultimatum.
Yep. And he's playing against another 4-color Ultimate. I think we're going to see that deck a lot. I think that's going to be.
Well, I mean, that was the deck
before
the bannings happened. It was insane.
He's like, no, I don't. He doesn't have a lot of wild cards. No, I don't.
So far, I'm surprised we haven't seen Fire of Invention yet, or Cauldron Familiar. Haven't seen any cats. Haven't seen any ovens.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about the cat oven. I would have liked to have seen a cat oven or two, but it is kind of hard to argue with the ultimatum.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So I definitely think, Nick, you got an uphill battle. You can win it. You got to come out quick and you got to come out swinging. My advice to you, Nick, is you mulligan if you don't have a turn 1, turn 2 play. Like, you need 1 and 2. If you have anything less than that, mulligan down to 6.
Mm-hmm.
After that, don't get stupid. But the only way you're going to have a shot is to get him before he gets 7 land out, which is probably turn 4 or 5. If you can get his life gain down a little bit, he can start playing stuff, but you can still smash at him. Your Goldspan Dragon's going to be huge. So
he's got to curve out.
Yeah, you have to curve out. Oh my gosh, I couldn't really test it, so I went with a deck I could test. Dude, you play Omnath like every week. Give me a break. No. HP Wizards deck, yeah. So HP Wizards got a pretty good deck. I'm loving. This is what we wanted, man. We're doing what we wanted. I'm seeing Oko Thief of Crowns. I'm seeing Omnath. I kind of want to watch. I really hope some people stream this shit because I kind of want to see these matches. All right. With that in mind, let's go to our next one. JVA, because he's already saying he's going to lose, versus Vamp Demigod.
Vamp Demigod's kind of got a.
Yeah, he's got an interesting.
Oh, what's the color combination?
It's kind of Witherbloom, so it's kind
Abzan.
Yeah.
He's playing like Abzan Control. I mean, there's tons of removal here.
It's an interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it's Abzan Control. I mean,
Silverquill Command.
Yeah, this is straight control. This is basically, play what you want. I'm going to blow it up.
Right. What's his win con? Is what, Onyx?
Vorinclex?
I guess Vorinclex, yeah.
Probably Vorinclex into Onyx.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I was to sit there and say anything with Vamp, it is like, it's hard to find your win con in this. JVA, he's playing...
Sultai Food.
Yes! And an Elder Gargaroth.
Sultai Food deck.
JVA, don't sit there and be like, I'm going to lose too. Like
Sultai Food is the value on that is you get Trail of Crumbs going, forget it.
Yeah, actually, JVA, I think I'm going to give you this one.
I don't know. I mean, Vamp Demigod's deck is all about removing permanents.
Right.
I mean, you can't do food if everything gets killed.
True.
This
but you can gain the life off that food if he saves the mana.
I mean, life total doesn't win games.
Yeah, the problem is, but he also has enough removal with Heartless Act and a few other, and if he can, and Polychronos, go ahead, remove Polychronos. I'll bring it back, and it's going to be 12/12.
Yeah, but I think he's got exile effects. Vamp has got exile effects.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I kind of think the problem is, the Abzan Control is a good deck. The problem is JVA he's got Ramp, he's got Oro, he's got Oko, he's got, sure, go ahead. But I'm going to remove, and that's the thing, Oko, JVA, I would definitely be sideboarding Oko out game 2.
Well, Vamp's going to want to draw his fractures in the opening hand. So if JVA goes for the turn 2 Oko, he can just fracture it and then go from there.
It's going to be an interesting matchup. Now, I mean, JVA sideboard, Shadow's Verdict, Mystical Dispute. Okay, he can kind of go to a semi-tempo. He could sideboard into a tempo deck, and that may help. This is kind of why I think he's got a little bit more. He can kind of shift gears a lot easier than Vamp Demigod can. Vamp Demigod is pretty much like, I'm going to control the board, I'm going to take your shit, I'm going to destroy your shit. JVA is like, I'm going to try to win with food and stuff, and if I can't, well, now I'm going to start playing control and bringing in the Mystical Disputes and the Shadow's Verdict, negate, duress it, return to nature. He's got a good, that's just it. He can kind of shift the gears a little easier, I think. It's going to be a fight. I think this will go 3.
Okay.
I don't know. Try to keep it low CMC with some big dudes to fall back on that dodge, eliminate, and Shadow Verdict. I see your point there, JVA. The winner of this is going to play Mage Juarez, otherwise known as Nurse Gamer. And he's playing...
This is a Teamer Mutate.
Yes. I just don't think it's going to have the power for either one of these decks.
With some mana acceleration for Fiery Emancipation and Ugin.
Yeah.
I mean, a deck that has Ugin, you can't count it out.
No.
Ugin is stupid good.
I just don't know that. I mean, Nyx Bloom Ancient, that's huge. So, but I just don't know. I don't know that he can hang against those other two.
I like the Scoot Swarms in the sideboard.
Yes, I do too.
So he maybe goes to like a landfall package for game 2 and just tries to overrun you with tokens.
Right, because he does have an Omnath and an Oko, and I imagine that was probably a result of wild cards. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is I don't know. He's got an uphill battle because either one of those decks seem like they could easily overrun him, especially if he gets the Absent deck, they want to kill the permanents. So, jeepers. D-Spoons, I didn't grab your deck either. Shit. Okay, so D-Spoons had an amazing day today. D-Spoons is in like round 3. He got buyed all the way to round 3 because his people, 2 people in his bracket, they were the people who didn't get deck lists in. So
lucky him.
Oh yeah, he's in round 3.
With mono white aggro.
Yep, and I don't think he can. Yeah,
aggro's always got a shot.
Aggro does have a shot, but again, he's playing the winner of Nurse Gamer and the winner of the one before it. If it's playing the black, he's dead. Like if it's that Absent deck, he's gonna have a bad day. Unless he can elite. I mean, Elite Spellbinder is gonna give him some of the controlling on it, and I do believe the Absent deck is playing some snow, so Redain does help. But yeah, I'm not sure. Thoughts?
I never count out aggro because all they need is a good draw and the game will be over in 5 seconds.
Valid point. Okay, so let's take a look at Last Straw versus Chiba Tank. So Last Straw is playing
4-color Adventures.
Yes, interesting.
And can't go wrong with that.
No. How do you think Stupid Poopy Butt will do in their matchup? Who's Stupid Poopy Butt? I don't have a Stupid Poopy Butt.
I'm surprised with the adventure deck that he's not playing Lovestruck Beast.
It's not even in the sideboard, is it?
No, he's got the Brazen Borrowers, the Beanstalk Giants, the Bone Crushers. He's got the.
I think he took those out for Fae of Wishes.
He's going for the Wish package instead.
Yeah, I think, and I can't disregard it. And he wants some land dropping. He really does. He wants to be able to drop some lands in with Beanstalk Giant instead, because that's just it. Lovestruck Beast and Beanstalk. It's either one or the other. But since he's playing 4 Omnaths, I can understand why he's doing that. He's going for the Landfall adventure package.
Yeah.
So, and then his wish board is all, there's no creatures in it whatsoever.
There's a Blade Historian.
Oh, look at that.
And
Straws on
and
the thing. He's like,
Terror
it was for the Euros. He wanted the Euro instead of the Beast.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm liking this deck, though. This looks like it would be a lot of fun. And he's going up against a Chiba Tanks.
Yorion.
Huh?
Sultai Yorion.
Yep. So this
Hey,
is.
he's playing Ashiok. I'm happy about that.
Oh yeah, you love Ashiok too. Both versions.
This is Sultai Planeswalkers.
Yeah, I was gonna say this looks like more Sultai Super Friends.
Oma.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Sultai like just max value.
Right, because he will Urian them to get so he can minus things, and he's got 2 comas. I mean, I'm sorry, Coma's probably the best card in Standard in my opinion. That card's stupid.
It's expensive though.
It is. If only there was a way in blue and green to be able to cheat stuff out early.
This is a really I like this deck a lot. I think this deck is probably
This might be a championship level.
This is a good matchup.
Yeah.
I'd be really this is why they need spectate mode. I'd want to watch a match between these two.
It's not War of Spark, Ashiok, is it? No, JVA. It's the new one. He can't play War of Spark.
Yeah, this is the Theros one, the one that exiles cards from your deck and makes creatures that exile cards from your deck.
And then exiles your spouse, and so.
Yeah, this is the 5 mana one from Theros.
No, I went Super Friends Uro Urian pile. We'll see if I chose poorly.
I like it.
I do too. This is gonna be. I do listen. Straw, if you can, man, record this. Like, download OBS. We'll stream the damn thing. Like, get me the file. Aramis and I'll do a commentary on it when you're done, because I'd love to see this. So, yeah, and we should do that. We should, like, tell people, like, if you record it, Aramis and I, because even my wife was like, it would be cool if you and Aramis could be like, there'd be no way to do it without other people hearing us, and then we'd be talking about the deck, and they could listen in on what we're talking about. We'd have to do it pre-recorded.
It's like a tape delay, and for this it's fine because there's no spectate mode. So.
Right. So I'd love that. And any of you listening out there, listeners or this, if you record your match and you get it to me and Aramis through Dropbox or whatever, like Aramis and I will probably do like a little sit down, because that'll be fucking fun. I'd be all about that.
That would be amazing.
Because we miss doing that, man. Kerwin's, that was our one time. And I'm sure they'll have another event. They probably invite us back. So, all right, Netrock versus Apple Freak. So Netrock, what do we got here? It's looking like Island
Simic Food.
Huh?
Simic Food.
He's much more Simic Food. Bears of
this
Lichara.
is Wicked Wolf, Feasting Troll King.
Quandrix Command, I'm kind of digging. Throwing that in there.
This is straight up. This is food / tokens.
Yep. Coma. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
this is
Coma.
the finisher.
Yep. Disdainful Stroke, Kasama. Yeah, so he doesn't really have the wishboard in here, but he's got everything else. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Apollo is playing Mono Red. Mono Red, Red. He threw Underworld Breach in there, which you haven't seen much of in Standard. That is a modern card.
It's hard to break that in Standard. There's not really, I mean, looking at this.
Royal Eruption. Doesn't Royal Eruption do land destruction?
Royal Eruption is direct damage.
Oh, okay.
I suppose if you want to get that last few points of damage through and you got a bunch of stuff in your yard, you can use the Underworld. There's only one copy, so this is like a finisher card saying, okay, I got some stuff in my yard. Let's see if I can just push that last bit of damage through. I kind of like that as a
instead of the 4th Embercleave. He put that in instead of the 4th Embercleave.
That's fine. I like that. Yeah, that's fine.
And then this Underworld's in the sideboard. Red Cap Melee. Yeah.
He looks like he has a burn package.
Yep. I don't know though. I think food might roll this one a little.
The food has an advantage because he can just start popping the food for extra life and make him spend more resources to try to get him down.
Yeah.
And Oko is Oko, so
yeah. So Oko's ridiculous.
Oko's Broko.
Yeah. How do you not have Fires of Invention in that red deck? But I get it. because you want to be able to do
only
stuff
cast
on
two
their turn.
spells. Yeah. You want to cast more than 2 spells a turn.
So the winner of that is Kyle is going to play the winner of that. Now Kyle's somewhat new to Magic. He's my old co-host from Legends TV Talk. Hello, hi. Oh dear God. Oh dear Lord. Hi everybody. Meet Tenderheart.
Cat.
Large cat. Very large cat. Okay. So as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by Tenderheart. So he's got kind of a different kind of deck. It's a little bit more, building on its own, but I think he's doing it to learn how to a little bit to play Magic. So he doesn't have a sideboard. I love you, but you've got to get down. He doesn't have a sideboard. And it looks like he's playing a lot of life gain.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a good deck. Yep, I'm going to lose, he says.
I hope you have fun. Kyle,
yeah. Kyle, I love you. I love you. Yeah, you're going to lose.
He's probably going to get crushed.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I hope it's a good experience for him. I hope he has fun.
Yeah, that's just it. You're going to play in the next one, though, and then you'll have more cards by then. So, but yeah, that's wow. Yeah. It's a good deck, though, dude. I like it. Again, guys, check out these deck lists on the Discord. Kuka Killer versus Jagro.
Gamer Adventures.
With the Fey Wishes pack. Raid. I still love the Wishboard pack. I really do.
Fey Wishes is a really, really good card.
But it's been hidden because of, moving away from Adventures and Lucky Clover. It was because of Lucky Clover when they banned Lucky Clover, right?
That's the thing. Yeah, when they banned Lucky Clover.
So, that's a good list. Versus a Yorion. Looks like Sultai Yorion.
Yorion Pile, yeah. Yorion Pile. Oh, this is Yorion Ultimatum.
Yep. I
see a Kioribus, the Sea God in here. I see Professor Onyx.
So it doesn't really have any. I like this. I like this for one reason. Other than Oko, Thief of Crowns, he doesn't have any of the banned cards. This is kind of like, okay, play somebody who has no ban list with your Ultimatum deck and see how you do.
Well, he's got Uros in the sideboard.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised we're not seeing as much Once Upon a Time.
I am too, and I think people kind of forgot about Once Upon a. Like, here's the thing: if you're playing green, that's just an auto include. That's why they banned it. It was like in every green deck ever created through time. I'm kind of surprised looking at this. If I'm handicapping. Ooh, it's really hard to bet against.
I got to go with the Wishes.
I know, I do too. As much as I think the Ultimatum can pull it out because of what it can pull, Wish can kind of take care of a lot of that stuff. Ugin will take care of a lot.
The one thing that he would have is that with the Wish board, he's telegraphing what he's doing. So he's saying, "Hey, I'm grabbing this." But yeah, I think the Sultai deck, the Yorion deck's going to have to try to Ultimatum before he starts wishing like crazy.
Yeah.
Because it'll just go down real quickly from there. Because Ugin pops out and then or Oko comes out and it's all over.
But it's hard to Ultimatum that because, to tell you the truth, he can wish on turn 3. And,
he could.
Yeah, and with Lucky Clover, he can wish 2 or 3 cards out. So
yeah, but that's the thing. There might be enough in the Yorion deck to make him use all of his bullets.
True. And no, JVA, you cannot change your list. That's the whole point of locking the list down and going over it on the show. But yes. I am too. He wants to put, he's like, I totally forgot about that card. I think a lot of people forgot about Once Upon a Time. We never mentioned it. That was one of our things. It was like,
I mentioned it.
You did mention it a few times, I guess.
I read the whole ban list.
Yeah.
It's on there. Like I said, I'm surprised there's no Cauldron Familiars. There's no food package.
I am very surprised.
It might be because there's no Mayhem Devil.
Right.
That might be what it is.
It's probably what it is.
Yeah.
So, Bowfinger fan versus Grunt. So Bowfinger is in the chat. Feel free to tell us how much we suck on this one. He's got Once Upon a Times. All right. There we go. Grunt does anyway.
This is 4-color Ultimatum.
Oh, well, first one is Bowfinger fan. Okay. So he's also got 4 Once Upon a Time. Yeah, it's 4-color Ultimatum.
Yeah, this is Omnath Ultimatum. This is the one where this is what caused Omnath to get banned before the paper release.
Right. Because this is just...
It was just disgusting.
Yeah, and it's going to be disgusting. And he's playing. I like the Confounding Conundrum. The problem is, we thought Confounding Conundrum would be different than it was because they could tap it on its way out, so they still get the mana.
Yeah.
So he's Bowfinger. I didn't forget the Once Upon a Times.
He did not, and that's a good thing.
Yes, and he's playing Grunt, who also has 4 Once Upon a Times.
Yeah, he's playing.
He's
another
playing the same
adventure
deck?
package.
Oh,
This
no,
is
it's the
Teamer
Adventure.
Adventures.
Yep.
Yeah, this is Teamer Adventures. Again, just really good. No Bay of Wishes. This one doesn't have the wish package, but it's just. It's the
I
value.
think he probably. It looks to me like because when Teamer Adventures hit, Oko was already banned, so he probably swapped the wishes out for Oko. I'm not sure that was the best idea. I think
he's going a little bit for kind of a little bit of a mill strategy
Yeah.
too, because he's got the Merfolk Secret Keepers. So if you copy that, I mean, it's 1 mana for 8 cards. That's
True.
pretty good. Feasting Troll King.
and he's got one in the
Burrows.
And that's just it too. I can see now his sideboard is he actually sideboarded for sideboard, not wishboard. He's got his sideboard set up to fight against other things. Ox of Agaunas in case he plays a rogue deck. Yeah, I respect it. I can get
Hey, we
behind
haven't
that.
seen any rogues.
No, thank God. But I'm gonna call it. Bowfinger fans got a good edge on this. He's gonna. I mean, Yorian's gonna have to get out to a very, very early lead. So
Yeah. Yorian Adventures. Okay.
yeah.
That'll
So,
be good. That'll be
we'll see.
another great matchup.
all right, and our final one, Mumble Down faces the winner of this. So, and Mumble Down is playing food. It looks like Teamer Food, Teamer Adventures. No, Gilded Goose, Euro,
Omnath. This is
Prismari
Landfall.
Command. Oh, this is
This is Landfall.
with Typhoon. Yeah, it actually almost kind of looks like a hodgepodge.
There are a ton of lands in here.
Holy
So
shit! Yeah, this is.
like, and there's Clothis.
Yeah, like it's
That's
actually
interesting.
kind of a hodgepodgey.
It's got some powerful stuff, but there's a lot of lands in here.
I just don't know how it's going to synergize.
He's gonna ramp like crazy.
He's going to ramp like crazy, but what's he ramping
I think
into?
he's looking for landfall triggers and getting value off of that.
Right.
Firing off Escape of the Wilds, and maybe casting some stuff and getting a bunch of sharks, or maybe cycling for huge sharks at the end of somebody's turn.
That's true.
I think that's what he's looking to do, is ramp into.
Well, he's got
ramping
the
into be able
Prismari
to.
Command and Expressive Iterations.
Yeah,
This is kind of his own little homebrew, which I admire. I do.
I like it.
His sideboard looks pretty
Ugin.
Ugin. Yeah. I do. It's an interesting deck. I don't know how he'll do against the others. But again, it would be fun to watch.
Yeah, all these decks look really cool. I mean, and if anybody has a chance to record their match and send it to us,
Yes.
we would be very happy to do a pre-recorded.
Dude, I'll take all of them. We'll record, and put it out as like one episode on the
Yeah.
Twitch, because that would just be, yeah. What do you mean by lands dual face? There are some duals lands, but don't know what you mean, Straw.
You might have been saying you were saying maybe dual lands.
Oh, possible.
That's just a slang for a land that can tap
Yeah.
2 different colors of mana. But,
Right, or the pathways.
Yeah, the pathways are the MDFCs.
Nick, you're not necessarily losing hardcore, but it's going to be you're going to have a time.
You gotta hit your draws.
Yes.
You cannot miss any mana. You gotta curve out.
Yeah. Oh, lots
you
of
gotta get a
dual.
little-
Yeah, he
gotta
has
get a
lots of
little
dual
lucky.
lands. He's got the temples in there. He had a lot of like interesting 1-drop lands. So
Would have been nice if Field of the Dead was in there.
Yeah. Did
That's
see a
previous
few
course
Field
that
of
time.
Ruins though. Some people are thinking ahead, but that's kind of it. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's a 1 in 19 chance to win a free box of AFR. That's not bad. So
Pretty good.
we're very excited. Thank you guys for participating. Again, he is absolutely correct. If you are playing in this tournament, and I will definitely put this out in the Discord too, if you find a way to record it and get it to us through Dropbox or whatever, we will we'll put together, him and I will get together somehow and do put together a whole thing. I'll produce a whole show on it. I don't care because I think that's great. And some of the stuff I want to see. Kyle, it's okay if you don't. No, I'm kidding. Oh, I love Kyle. Gotta have Kyle on sometime just because then, it's like my world's colliding between Legends and Magic. But that's pretty much it. So any other thoughts, Aramis, before we... No, I'm kind of the same way too. So, and I'm about right. We're at 110. So let's go to end step.
End step.
So as we're rolling up our playmats, putting our cards back in the boxes, and taking our pizza boxes over to the trash, because damn it, your mother still does not work at this Camelot Music, we want to remind you guys that we have a Twitch channel where we stream all of our content. So just go to Twitch, look up PlanesTalkers Podcast. That's our handle. You can follow me on Twitch at MindCrime73. We stream a lot of stuff. I'm actually streaming a little bit of Minecraft over there again because Anthony joined the Minecraft server. So we do have some of our patrons now hopping into the PlanesTalker Minecraft server. If you're a patron and you want to play Minecraft with us, let me know. We'll get you into it. It's a bedrock level, but it's pretty cool. I've got some good stuff in there. So, but again, MindCrime73 is my personal PlanesTalkers podcast for the show.
If you'd rather interact with us in a more real-time fashion, you can join our Discord at discord.planestalkerspodcast.com. It's a great community. It's very busy, especially during these winter box tournaments. But usually there's somebody on there willing to answer a question or maybe do a quick game, something along those lines. So definitely check that out. If Twitter is more your speed, you can find us at PlanesTalker Pod.
Oh no. He did say 3 times. This is the third. Let's give him a minute. But at Twitter, it's PlanesTalker Pod on Twitter. I'll sit over here. You did say 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
So we got it. PlanesTalker Pod on Twitter. My personal Twitter is at WR Benson. I tend to just follow random crazy stuff. I don't post there a ton. But you can always follow us on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/PlanesTalker. Remember, that's PlanesTalker. We took the last S off and gave it to you for savings, and because some idiot flyboy decided to take it to talk about his airplanes. And like and follow our page there. Don't forget, too, we do a playcast. We do have a playcast that we do on Wednesday nights where we play Paper Commander live with 2 listeners. Tune into all of our channels Wednesdays around 7 Eastern for Commander Craft. This week, it's supposed to be a Traxa, but I may take a dive on that. I haven't decided yet.
And finally, you can send us emails if you have a question or a suggestion about a topic that we can cover on the show. There's 3 places you can email us. The first place is podcast@planestalkerspodcast.com. We'll both see that. If you want to email one of us individually, you can email Will. His email address is will@planestalkerspodcast.com. If you'd like to email me, my address is aramis@planestalkerspodcast.com.
All right, and on that note, we want to thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We will be back next Monday with the PlanesTalkers Podcast, episode 110. We might have some really cool information about new things coming your way, so you're not going to want to miss that. As well as, don't forget, Wednesday night is Commander Craft, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and be looking for results of the winter box. But other than that, this is Will Benson for Aramis Perez saying thanks for listening, thanks for being a part of the show, and reminding you to keep some of your mana untapped because you never know when you'll need it. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody. And I'm stopped. Okay, exporting. Yeah, JVA, you're welcome to ask us questions now, but I can't get you in the call, so can you type it, or do you have to talk to us off air or something?
Sending mine over before I crash again.
Good call on that one. What's going on with your internet?
No idea. Ever since it went down one day, it hasn't been right.
And your cable company won't come out to look at it, right?
No.
Bastards.
Probably my router, but who knows?
So what's going on, buddy? You can type it in here, or do you need to talk to us? Or do you mean postcast is in like we stop the stream and then you type to us? because you can hang out till then. It'd be harder for you to talk to us, though, now that I think about that. But yeah, JVA's, yeah, we'll talk Aramis offline about JVA. He's got some stuff going on with us. Let's see here. I got to open Dropbox.
It only seems to do it when I run Zoom, though.
Huh. Well, we could try moving this to Discord, I guess. I could play with the filters and stuff. Because, we could do video conferencing through Discord. The trick is that I have to spend a little... what it would be is you and I would have to log in. And then I'd have to spend a little bit of time... what do you call it? Then we could just shut Zoom off. I'd have to spend a little bit of time making the OBS filter work. But that's a possibility. It gives us a little bit more flexibility. Because then if we wanted to bring guests in and stuff, we don't have to give them our, Zoom info. All right.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. Especially if it's going to make your rig a little bit more,
It's only Zoom that does it. Running like Magic Arena and other stuff that's heavy internet intensive streaming stuff, It doesn't do it. Only on Zoom.
Oh, have you checked in the Dropbox? The Commander Craft WP is going to be the background for our new countdown. I thought this was looking pretty freaking cool.
No, I haven't looked at it.
Oh wait, I think I can. Oh, if only there was a way to share my screen. Check this out. Can you see it?
Yeah, what is that?
That is for people like fighting, like for fantasy people. I was like, oh, that's good for Commander Craft.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be our wallpaper background for Commander Craft. For the countdown, I was like, Commander Craft should have its own countdown. Like when I was doing the Nemesis one, I'm like, we should just have one anyway. So
yeah, I got to go back and watch that so I can hear the song.
Oh, the song's pretty cool. I'll probably use it for this too, I think. Actually, I got to start putting that together. So
should have mine now.
Yeah, it's up there. All right, good to go. So we're there. So, yeah. So let me ask you. So would it make you feel? Would you feel better if, Atraxa did not make an appearance?
Play your deck.
I know my deck is fine, but I'm fine with no Atraxa for this week.
Play whatever.
Well,
I'm playing Yidris again, so.
Oh, are you? Nice.
Yeah,
I like
it. It didn't get to do what it does all the way. So.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, that it didn't get to do everything that it normally can do. So.
Right. Well, then maybe I'll just keep the championship deck out. Okay, so can you record 2 mics into a PC at once and get 2 audio files? Yes, it's what I use is called, that's how I do the sound, Jake. That's how I do my soundboard and my mic, because my soundboard is separate. It's a separate device. So I use something called Mixpad, and it's free. So let me put it in.
You're hearing a loud noise. It's just my fan turning on.
Yes, no problem. Nick, I don't have to play it. I could choose to take a dive. But yes, because now here's the question, Aramis. Now with Nemesis, all right, I like the thought of the first game always being Nemesis, so we always know Nemesis is going to be like. So in the event that Atraxa wins game 2 here, okay, and we want to play a second game, do we just switch decks and make it not a championship round, and then play Nemesis next week?
My thought was that it was just gonna move into a Nemesis game if it pops up.
Okay.
There could be a sound you could activate or something that alerts people that a Nemesis game is coming or something.
Okay.
Sort of like how we had the ban list announcement.
Yeah. Okay, we can definitely do that. I just wasn't sure because it also might change how people like what deck they play, et cetera, et cetera. But I guess they could still swap that out.
I think people should probably start bringing multiple decks, and we should start having that Rule 0 discussion.
Yes,
before
I
we
agree with
play.
that wholeheartedly. Like I listened to the professor this week. Yes, because all right, Jake. Yes, you're in, and you can play your. Oh my God, your god awful Muljotha deck. Are you sure you don't want to play Zakama Aramis? Then we have Zakama. Like it's like the annoying brothers.
Well, the difference is that when Zakama goes off, the game usually ends.
Yes.
With the other decks, when they go off, it takes a while for the game to end, and it's just agony waiting for it to finish. With Zakama, it just kills you.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't play with its food.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I wasn't trying to play with my food. I still can't believe I got Nick to kind of give me a pass. That I thought was like my big moment when I got Nick. Somebody I got to give me a pass. I was like, no, you don't want to do that. Do it to something else. No, you're fine. Yeah. Oh, Tatiova, that's right. Yes or no Tati or weak Tati. Well, my Atraxa deck is not super, super bad. It's, what would you say, Aramis? A 6? Maybe a 7?
I think it's stronger than a 7.
You really do? Oh.
Mm-hmm. At least with potential.
Yeah, it has
But
potential.
It's also, the giving it a number is also still really arbitrary.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you have to talk about what the deck does.
Right. And the deck is mainly counters now. It's not, it has a few Super Friend elements. It's got 3 or 4 Planeswalkers in it, but now it's just counters and removal and counter spells. Like it's
proliferate.
Yeah. So
if it has counters, you're going to be using it.
yeah, last week is why I always attack you. Well, I'll probably play Omnath. Yeah, Nick, unless I hear from another patron by tomorrow morning, plan to be the 4th seat. If I hear from a patron, then you're the 5th seat. You'll play game 2, which would be, if I win, that'll be arch enemy. But with Jake showing up, the odds of me winning now go way the fuck down. So, all right. Yes, but Mixpad, look it up, Jake. It's a really good program, and you can program in different channels. And then you can actually set levels. That's why I like it. So every week I've been playing with like the level of the soundboard in relation to my voice, so that the one file, and then you can export it as one file. So it's really, really good. All right, I guess we've got all the files up there. I'll put the show together tomorrow, Aramis. You got anything else for the lovely fans? So nope. Wednesday night, everybody, hang around, hang with us. We'll see you Wednesday. Jake, we'll see you Wednesday. Nick, we'll see you Wednesday. Good luck to everybody. Again, midnight tonight is when you can start playing your matches. So good luck, and we'll talk to you later.